My mom abandoned me when I was just a child. She started a whole new family, built a life without me in it, and now, after decades of silence, she suddenly wants my help to pay for my half-sister's medical bills. My parents were only 16 when they had me. They were still kids themselves, caught between high school classes and a baby crib. After I was born, my dad made the ultimate sacrifice. He dropped out of school, picked up full-time work, and carried the weight of raising me on his young shoulders. Meanwhile, my mom stayed in school to finish her education, but after graduation, reality hit her. Motherhood wasn't what she wanted. She said it felt like a prison, like she was drowning, so one day she just left. I was only 2 years old. I don't remember the moment she walked out the door, but I do remember growing up without her. My dad worked himself to the bone to provide for me, but he never let me feel unloved. When I was 7, he met a woman who was gentle, kind, and strong. The woman I proudly call my real mom, though technically she's my stepmom. She raised me like her own. She kissed my scraped knees, cheered for me at school events, and stayed up late helping me with homework. She gave me a home filled with love, stability, and warmth. Meanwhile, my biological mom vanished completely. She didn't help, not emotionally, not financially, nothing. In fact, the last time she even acknowledged my existence before now was on my 3rd birthday, when I got a generic card in the mail. After that, silence. But I didn't grow up bitter. I never resented her, because I didn't need her. My dad, my stepmom, and later my younger brother gave me everything I could have asked for. My dad never spoke ill of her. Neither did my stepmom. They let me form my own understanding, and because of that, I carried no anger. Her absence wasn't something I obsessed over. She was just gone. That's why when she suddenly reached out to me 25 years later on social media, I didn't know what to think. At first, I ignored it. Then I thought about it over and over for days. Eventually, curiosity won, and I agreed to meet her. We sat down in a restaurant, strangers with shared DNA. The conversation started with small talk, awkward, stilted, but soon the weight of the past broke through. My biological mom cried as she explained herself. She told me she had suffered from severe postpartum depression, that she felt suffocated by the endless cycle of diapers, feedings, and exhaustion. She swore she hadn't left because of me, but because she was drowning in her own mind. And I believed her. I'd seen postpartum depression up close when my stepmom had my little brother. I remembered the nights she sat quietly crying, the way my dad comforted her. So yes, I sympathized. I wasn't angry. We met a few more times, slowly peeling back the layers of 2 decades of absence. Then she invited me to meet her family, her husband, and her 3 children, a 13-year-old daughter, an 11-year-old son, and a 7-year-old daughter. They were polite, sweet kids. It was strange, stepping into their world, but I stayed open-minded. And then came the truth. At our next meeting, I noticed the strain on her face. She looked restless, burdened. Finally, she blurted it out. Her oldest daughter, the 13-year-old, was very sick. She needed $25,000 worth of medication, and my biological mom already had $20,000 in unpaid bills. She looked at me, almost pleading, and asked if I could help pay it off. Here's the context. I'd recently graduated with a postgraduate diploma and landed a dream job, a well-paying one. I guess word of my success got back to her somehow. And suddenly, I wasn't just the daughter she abandoned. I was a potential bank account. She gave me time to think about it. I didn't need it. My answer was no. I didn't say it out of spite. I didn't say it out of revenge. I said no because in that moment, I saw the truth. She hadn't reconnected with me out of love or regret. She saw me as a lifeline for the daughter she stayed for, while I was the daughter she left behind. After my refusal, the floodgates opened. I was bombarded with messages. Her husband called me cruel and heartless. She texted, accusing me of holding a grudge, of punishing an innocent girl because of my resentment. Then extended family members, people I'd never met, began messaging me too, questioning why I was being difficult. But then I learned something even darker. Her 13-year-old daughter had been sick for most of her life, and despite my mother's past with postpartum depression, she and her husband deliberately had 2 more children, the 11-year-old boy and the 7-year-old girl, not out of love, but as savior siblings, hoping one of them would be a genetic match to save their eldest. Neither was. They brought 2 more innocent children into the world, not for who they are, but for what they could potentially provide. That broke me. That enraged me. I blocked my biological mom and her husband. I didn't meet her expecting a happy reunion. I never needed another mother. I already have one. I just wanted to give her a chance to explain herself, maybe even find peace in being cordial. But instead, I walked into a trap. I don't hate her for leaving me. I can even sympathize with the pain she must have felt battling postpartum depression, but I will not forgive her for trying to use me now, for thinking she could abandon me, then come back only to exploit me for money. I do feel sorry for my half-sister. She's just a child, caught in the chaos of her parents' choices. But she's not my responsibility. I didn't create that situation, and it's not my burden to carry. Sometimes I wish I had ignored that first message. Sometimes I wish I had left the past where it belonged. Because the mother I met isn't someone I lost. She's someone I never needed.